I wanted to make this video much earlier and have it as a priority, as there isn't much Raiden online and in tournaments. What prevented me to make this video was the fact that NRS was getting ready to make a balance patch for the game, and I wanted to see what happens to Thunder God. Now, he's very underutilized and a powerful character, and the recent patch made him even more scarier. In this video, I will be covering both variations, Thunder Wave and Raiden, a guide on how to play Raiden and use him to dismantle your opponent, because Raiden is one of those characters where in the right hands he can become very devastating. Now, I've spent most of my time with Raiden since day one. Now, of course, I played other characters like Scarlet, but majority of my time has been with Raiden, so I feel like I have a strong understanding of this character to make a guide in the first place. To start, I want to go over the overall problems Raiden has, as he doesn't have a lot. He has a few, but just to mention that these few problems make a huge factor for Raiden and his gameplay. So the biggest negative for Raiden is his design within the crushing blow system. The crushing blow system is a very interesting mechanic implemented in Mortal Kombat 11, something that we've never had in other Mortal Kombat games, and it makes strategy so much more important. You see a lot of characters how easy their crushing blow system is, and you see a lot of other characters have crushing blow to their strategy and how they implement their crushing blow and make the match more easy. So with Raiden, we have down two, then we have throws, we have all, you know, the basic universal crushing blows, but then we have his personal crushing blows. Hit 2 back 2s in a row and full screen Superman amplify. I don't know, this is just so horrible. No one in the right mind, and I say in the right mind because the only time you're going to hit this is when your opponent is so stupid they don't know what a block button is. I will say this, the only other time that you can hit this, a full screen Superman amplify, is when your opponent is throwing a projectile and you hit them in the air. Yes, Raiden he can do a Superman in the air, which is nice because in other Mortal Kombat games he could do that. I believe in MKX he could do that. I do believe. But if you do a little hop, hold on, do a little hop, you can hit your opponent at full screen, and I'll have a video clip. Maybe if I'm in the right mood, I'll actually edit this because I do have a clip of me full screen Superman, someone actually doing a projectile. But other than that, no one will ever hit this online or offline. It is stupid. It is not possible unless your opponent is really dumb. Now, the other crushing blow, hit 2 back 2s in a row. Now, back 2, as you can see, startup is 19. There's a lot of characters with special moves that have a startup at 19, which doesn't really matter because back 2 can be reactable at some points and it can be predictable. Now, in all honesty, back 2, you don't want to throw it just randomly. Most times when your opponent is, you know, knocked down, I'm gonna just do it. You know, your opponent's gonna be ducking or they're gonna be standing. Doesn't really matter. You don't want to throw back 2 out just randomly. You want to use it safely. When I say safely, use it when your opponent is not expecting an overhead, right? Don't just, make sure you condition them to duck. Make sure you condition them to be ducking, blocking. So one of the biggest problems with back 2 is that you just have to hit it in a row. You have to hit it in a row, and I'm gonna go over one of the best tricks to hitting this is basically here, da-da, and then back 2. Now I'm not gonna I'm not going to get censored by YouTube, but when you do that, when you have this set up to back 2, you can then go into another back 2, which is bam, a free easy combo launcher crushing blow. So that is the biggest problem Raiden has, is his crushing blow. Do not rely on the crushing blow. Only down 2, really, just down 2, that's it. Other than that, don't try to go for back 2s. Don't try to go for a full screen Superman. It's not worth it. Now, making Raiden safe. So we're still in the negative part, and there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more negatives I want to talk about. Yes, I am reading off of my notes. I have all of this bullet pointed. Raiden's strings, if we take a look, that is -9. Some characters can punish that. I do believe Sonya has some strings that are startup 7, but overall some characters can punish this, right? So to make this safe, what do you gotta do? Superman cancel. Now here's, did you see that? You see that? -16. That, even though that's safe, if your opponent knows that you're going to Superman cancel, that is an easy punish. That is punishable. This is punishable. Punishable. Now, in another way to make that safe would to be teleport. And that right there takes a humongous amount of skill. Raiden is a very difficult character to master and utilize. It takes time and precision to hit that teleport, because once you do it, there we go, I got it. Once you have that down, it will become second nature. So to make any string with Raiden safe, you gotta teleport. Raiden is one of those characters where you have to really manage his meters, because you can become very aggressive, you can become very defensive. You know, you could just be aggressive or defensive with Raiden, and all depends on how you use his meter and how are you doing it, very smart or very dumb. So one of the other biggest problems with Raiden, and this is only Thunder Wave, is that this can be ducked. Not a lot of people. We are 4 months in, 5 months into the game, and still no one I want to say no one, the pro players and the top tier players and the players who play competitively, they know that they can duck this. They know that they can duck this. But the rest of the 90% of players that play Mortal Kombat 11, they have no idea that this can be done. And in my video, I did a video, I have to pause it, one of my videos, how to make Raiden buff or something like that, where basically just buff that, right? Make that unduckable. And honestly, that's all we have to change about Raiden. So Storm Cell. So one of the biggest things I see with new Raiden players is that they, and hopefully we have this on, they do something like this, 1, 2, and then Storm Cell. That is the biggest problem with new Raiden players, is that they just throw this out randomly. And over time, they're going to have to learn how to hit confirm with Storm Cell. Yes, hit confirm is a big thing with Raiden, because you can't just throw this out. You throw this out, you're getting a punish. You're getting punished easily. Alright. So that is the overall problems with Raiden. Now, we're going over to Raiden, and fun fact, Raiden in Japan or Japanese means flying thunder god, or I think the raging thunder or something like that, something very badass. So one of the biggest problems with Raiden is that you have to use this. Did you see that? This right here. If you don't have this on, then what are you doing? You're not playing Raiden right. You are not playing Raiden right. You have to have this on 95% of the time, okay? And the other 5% of the time is that when you're going in for a knockdown, you're gonna have to use that buff. So what do I mean by this? Basically, back one Superman, and then buff. What this does though is that you lose Oki, you lose the wake up system, and one of the biggest the best thing about Raiden is he is a monster when it comes to the wake up system. In the corner, he is a monster and he will torture you. He will mix your shit up. Literally. I'm going to go over this again later in this video. So the biggest problem with Raiden is that you lose wake up. To get the buff, you have to get you have to get your opponent on a knockdown where Raiden can go into his buff form, right? And then, whoa, then we have the best part where you could just wake up. Man, I love this. All right, so those are the overall problems with Raiden. Let's talk about Thunderwave Raiden, and I do have these characters, yeah, there we go. So, Thunderwave Raiden. Alright, what I'm about to say next, a lot of people don't like, and I say a lot of people, I'm talking about Injustice 2 haters, and maybe filthy casuals. Raiden is a zoner. That is hard to admit, but he has all the tools. And I'm going to show you guys right here. I have a variation, Injustice 2, LOL. Raiden is a zoner type character. Now, he does not have to be a zoner, but to really utilize and use Raiden as full potential, Raiden has the best zoning tools in the game. He really does. This right here, not a lot of people will expect this. And then if you do something like lightning strike at the first stage or middle stage, you're basically spacing your opponent, right? And it's minus 29 on block. Let me see. Yeah, minus 29. So at full screen, this is freaking safe. Oh my goodness. This is safe. This is safe. This is safe. I cannot stress that enough. So, again, you may not like it, but Raiden is a zoner. Well, I wouldn't say zoner, but Raiden at his full potential has zoning abilities that not a lot of Raiden players utilize. And sooner or later, we're going to see an amazing Raiden player in a tournament really just zone the shit out of Dragon or Sonic Fox, right? We're gonna see at some point an amazing Raiden player just zone, right? We're gonna see that. And then I want to go over to Raiden, because Raiden, again, buff, low projectile. This is amazing. And then he does lose lightning strike, but he has the opposite, the reverse, where he has an anti-air. This is amazing, right? So more so, the only zoning, and obviously you have this, so you have a mid projectile on amplify, and then you have a low projectile, right? That is an amazing ability or amazing tool that not all Raiden players utilize. And why do they not utilize this? Well, because Raiden, even though at his full potential he is an amazing zoner, where Raiden really shines is the mix-up game, alright? So we have the back 2, then we have a back 3, and then we have a restand that I don't think, this is going to be some secret tech. 1, 2, then lightning strike into a restand. 1, 2, lightning strike into a restand. And so what's awesome about this is that, let me, 1, 2, nope, 1, 2, and then I'm going to, nope, I don't want that. So let's say, so after they restand, your opponent ducks, you have the ability to back 2 or back 3, or, you know, if you're just that crazy, if you want to go for another, you could do a back 1, 2. So you see now where Raiden really shines is the whole mix-up game. And then when we go into the corner, this is just devastating. There's Raiden tech where you can make everything safe if you jump in the air. I can't do it. I haven't mastered that ability because me personally, I just don't want to play the wake up game. I just chill out. You know, if they roll, I grab. If they let's go in the corner. If they, you know, wake up, I just block. I don't play the wake up system. I just react whatever they're gonna do. And then, bam, I just do the wake up. And I have footage of just nasty mix up on my opponents. I have a lot of footage on that.
Round one, fight.
Undertake you. Your safety is not assured.
Round two, fight. Finish him.
Which I could show. Again, if I am in the right mood, I will edit this. I may not know. I don't know. So I do believe that is all for Thunderwave Raiden. Again, Storm Cell, don't throw this out. Hit confirm this. Or you could do this 1, 2. Let me get my opponent to block. This is something that this is something I want to talk about. I don't see a lot of Raiden players use forward 4. This is because most people, when they see Raiden do a forward 4, they can do a down 1, right? So let's say this, right? If you use a forward 4, your opponent, if they do a down 1, then they know what's up. They know the game that you're trying to play. So if you use a forward 4, they do a down 1, block it, and then down 1 back. That easy, right? And so it's basically conditioning your opponent that if they think you're gonna, because most Raiden players, again, new Raiden players, they do this and then this, because I'm about to show you all. Bam, 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 bam. 318. The 31%. So Raiden Raiden really is so devastating. 1 meter. 1 meter, that's all it takes. Okay, so that is everything with Thunderwave Raiden. Now let's get into the big boy. And I say big boy because before the patch, Raiden could not do this. He could not do that. That is so sweet. Oh my goodness. And what's different about Raiden Raiden, even though I said that Raiden can be played both aggressively or defensively, for Raiden Raiden it's kind of the same. And I say kind of because you really want to play defensively because you need that buff. You need to separate your opponent. Oh, I want to show this. Oh, you cannot do this. I want to show this. Ooh, hold on. Look. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, not that. Oh, and the buffs. Did you see the buff? So the buff, I think it lasts like 10 to 15 seconds. I might be wrong on that. Let's test it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 seconds. So I was right. So I said 10 to 15 seconds. Anyways, so you could not do this. This is so freaking awesome. Because before, it was just, and that was trash. A lot of people, day one were like, yo, this is some good pushback. And when I went to the lab, I was like, yo, you guys are some scrubs. This is not, it's -10. People can still punish that. But if you have the buff out, you are defensively god. You are playing a better defense than LeBron James. That's all I'm gonna say. So you want to use, so when you have buff out, and you know what's best about this is that you're not wasting any meter. You're not using any meter. Back 1, 2, down forward 2. And like I said in the beginning of the video, Raiden, where the difficulty lies is not only the teleport, but how you use his meter. So with Raj and Raiden, everything is fine, and you don't have to use your meter. Like, you don't have to think productively. You could just back 1, 2, and make it safe. Back 1, 2, down, back, 4. Excuse me. Right now my face is, or my smile, like, guys, my smile hurts. Literally, my face hurts right now because I am smiling so hard. This is an amazing buff that I never even would have imagined. Because before it was just this, right? And I'm gonna meter burn it. It was like kind of like a hard knockdown. It was I don't even know if a quote-unquote hard knockdown exists in this game, but I mean, if it does, it would, yeah, that's gotta be a hard knock. No. Anyways, so back to the meter management, right? Meter management is so important in Raiden because, again, Superman cancel, your opponent will punish you. If you teleport cancel, well, you have to have the skill to even teleport out of a string, and it's like a 1-frame link. And then, but with Raj and Raiden, meter management is of no importance. So, what have we learned so far? Back 1, 2, down forward 2, safe. And then combo launcher, back 1, 2, whatever. And you know what's awesome about this? Do you know what's awesome about this? I'm going to show you guys this. So, I'm sorry, hold on. So, Thunderwave Raiden, he has, you know, back 1, 2, just like Raj and Raiden has, but you don't really have a mix-up. You can just do this or that, you know, things like that. But you also have back 1, 4, and you don't ever want to use back 1, 4 so randomly because your opponent, first of all, reactable. And secondly, your opponent probably already knows that back 1, 2 has an extension, back 1, 4. So what's awesome about this is that your opponent, if they're ducking, right? If they're ducking, you can hit them with a back 1, 4. But if they're just, if they're blocking standing, you can hit them with the down back 4. So literally, it all depends on the back 1. And this is something where I'll also have footage. Again, if I'm gonna even edit this video, you'll see that in the footage that I'm playing, I always use the back 1. And I think, did they nerf this shit? No, they didn't. No. I would have been mad. I would have been really mad. Let me hit up. Back one. So in the footage that I'm about to be playing you, hopefully if I can even find it, I always do the back 1, and I also see professional pro tournament Raiden players, they use that back 1 because first of all it's -7 and there's only a few strings that can, you know, punish that back 1, and then it's kind of like a quote-unquote stagger because basically if you do this constantly, your opponent, you're basically, it's a mind game. Your opponent's gonna think, okay, another back one's coming, so I can throw, but then bam, nope, not really. Yeah, so back three, so staggers, so back one, back three, 2-1. Oh, 2-1, you already know. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, my smile, my face is already hurting. That right there is so difficult to pull off. It is so freaking difficult to pull off, man. The teleport. You gotta use Raiden very wisely. So 2-1 stagger, you know, throw your opponent. And then I do like this string though. 2-1. The 2 is a high. Oh, and speaking of 2s, that reminds me, never do this. Never use, this is also negative. This is also negative. Never use 2 because it could be ducked and it could be punished. Never use forward 2. Jesus. Oh my Jesus. Never use that. It seems fast, and it seems good, but no, it's a high and it could be ducked and it could be punished for a combo. Anyways, so I want to talk about this string now. 2-1, and I know we're on Thunder Wave, even though I was supposed to be talking about Raj and Raiden. Hold on. 2-4-3. Wait, 2-4. Yeah. Did I say 2-1? Oh, this is 2-1. My apologies. 2-1 is 18 and -7. Against people could just poke and stuff, but 2-4-3-1. 2-4-3. No, there's no 2-4-3-1. 2-4-3. 2-4-3 is -3. And now that I think about it, now I also want to talk about this. 3-1, look at that. That's -6. You could say that's safe, right? But again, most people don't know that that could be flawless block. So again, my thoughts are just all over the place, and I apologize, but let me take a look at this. Okay, look at this. Nope. Hold on. Look at the pushback. You see the pushback, right? But you can actually, and if I can even hit it, there we go. -16. Unfreaking believable. And not a lot of people know about this. So you want to be careful how you use back 3-1. So I'm at this point of the video where things are about to be wrapped up, and I'm just gonna say my goodbye. Thank you, you sexy viewers, for watching this song. And surely, if you do find this video helpful or useful in some way, I am truly grateful, because anybody who knows Raiden information, the more people who know about Raiden and what he can do, the more that makes me a greater player, because it's kind of tiring seeing people not know that this can be ducked. It's really stupid. It's like we're like 5 months in the game already. So with that being said, if you find this video useful, subscribe, hit that like button, please. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you don't want to do any of that, but if you do find this video grateful, if you do find this video amazing in some way, useful in some way, then thank you. Use that knowledge online or offline to make other Raiden players better, because we're getting tired of that. We're getting tired of seeing that. Anyways, I am Fantalk. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.